Yo, yo, it's JSF. So I want to talk about frame data. I don't think I've ever really talked about frame data. And this is something I've been thinking about for a while because it's something that's actually like a fucking thing, especially in this game, right? So if you watch my videos, why is she jumping? If you watch my videos, you know that I'm of the belief that this game is pretty scrubby. Now that doesn't mean that there are no high level players who play this game. That's not true. Ninja Killer still exists, Sonify still exists. There's still players who are high level players at this game, right? You know, but I think this game is overall super scrubby. So part of being, I don't want to call people just scrubs, like, because that could be disrespectful, but part of people not being like super high level in fighting games but still doing well in this game is them not doing their research, not understanding everything, right? Like, it's like how people win without knowing neutral, right? They're not really trying to learn anything, they're just trying to fucking press buttons, do shit, and win, right? And it works, so I don't blame them. But what I'm saying is a lot of those types of players don't know frame data, right? Whereas somebody like me who's trying to learn as much as possible, and I learn to a fault. I will examine, analyze, overanalyze all that shit, right? Like, some people even say, you're overthinking shit. You're right, I overthink everything. So I'm the type of person to overanalyze, to analyze to a fault, and I analyze the shit out of everything. But you gotta realize that there are other players on the opposite spectrum from me who aren't analyzing shit, right? Like, I'm thinking like, oh my god, if I do this, I'm -5. If I do this, I'm -10. I better hurry up and block. You know what this other person is thinking? What the fuck? You know what this other person I'm playing against is thinking? Nothing. They don't know that this is -9. They don't know that this is -20. They just know, and if I do this, sometimes I knock his fucking head off. But we'll get to that. I just want to talk. I want to talk more freely about frame data because it's thrown around a lot. There's this plus on block. Is that punishable? Is that negative? Is that shit like that is thrown around? But I want to talk and have a more of a discussion and conversation about it again. So if you like my videos, shoot me a like, subscribe, all that good shit. But anyway, let's get into it. So for those of you who don't know, I want to explain frame data, right? I'm gonna just explain it for the people who don't know. Fighting games, essentially video games for the most part, not even just fighting games, run at 60 frames per second, right? So there's 60 frames in a second. The speed of your attacks is measured in frames. So this is 8 frames of startup. So it takes 8 frames for this move to start up. This standing jab takes 8 frames. So 8 out of 60 seconds. So 8/60th of a second is how long this takes to start up, right? Active is how active the move is. Recovery is how many frames it takes before he's back to neutral, etc, 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 right? Now on block, because your opponent can block, right? What it is on block is how many, you see how it says -5 block advantage? That means I'm at disadvantage on block, and after I do this move, I can't block until 5 frames have passed. That's what that means. Now, if it's plus on block, does RoboCop have anything plus on block? I don't think so. Jump in, boom. See how it says that's 3 block advantage? That means I can move 3 frames before Jade can move. I have 3 frames of advantage on block, 6 frames now. So that means whatever I do, assuming I do it on the fastest frame, I'm gonna move 6. I can move 6 frames before she can move, so I'm at advantage, right? So if I'm +5 and I do a 10 frame move, it's gonna come out in 5 frames. There are no 5 frame moves in the game, so if I'm not gonna be this time, be different, but you know, if I'm +6 and I do a 10 frame move, it's coming out in 4 frames. If you press anything, you will get hit. So for the people who don't understand frame data, if you're like trying to press something, and say this is an example. I'm almost done with this. Say as an example, I do this, right? I'm +17. I do this, right? Wait, and you're Jade. You're pressing down too. God damn it. Actually, let's have her do it. Let's have her do it. This is the best example. I'm gonna let her get hit and I'm gonna smash down too. Look. I'm pressing down too as much as I can. You see her pressing down too? God, man, I'm so bad at this. You see how it doesn't come out? Well, I fucked that up, but I missed the first hit, but I keep you get the point though, right? Like she will get hit out of that. Look. Look. You see how she keeps getting hit? She's never gonna hit me. If she keeps trying to do uppercut and I keep doing this, I'm gonna hit her every time. Every single time. Cause that's just the frame data, right? Those are just the frames. I have enough hit advantage after this. I'm plus 15 and I'm doing dash up into a 10 frame move. Or I might not even dash up, you know what I mean? So by the time in her move that she's doing starts up in 9 frames, so I'm always gonna be at advantage. I'm always gonna land that, right? Just some basic frame data understanding. Now, you would think it's great to understand this, right? Because if you don't understand it, you might just be mashing. You might be trying to, why can't I hit him? I'm like, you're in hit stun and you're trying to press down to whatever. Damn, why is my move not coming out? What did you do? Blah, blah, blah. You would think it's great to understand frame data, right? And to an extent, it's good. You should, I think you should know frame data. I think it's good and it can help. But in a game like this specifically, I 100% guarantee you there are people who benefit from not knowing frame data. I guarantee it. Because then you get into situations, right? Online is first to 2 in this game. Online rank, first to 2, right? When you, as a player who knows frame data, you get into a match, you don't know who your opponent is, right? Unless you know them. But it's random rank matching for the most part, so you might run into somebody you don't know. You don't know who they are, what they know, whatever. So if you jump into the match, like me, I notice a lot when I play RoboCop, which is not that often, I might do this, and then I'll block, because I know it's -6. I know it's not my turn after that. I know it's not my turn, so I block. But sometimes I do this, and they just sit there blocking. And I'm like, oh shit, you didn't know, you don't know. Or sometimes I do this, and they're already fucking, what are we doing? Razorang, stop it. Or I do this, and then, you know, they're already doing that. You know what I'm saying? If I try to press some more shit in reversal, you know? Or you get the people like I said, J players, not just J, and this is not a J player specific thing, right? Or just do some shit like this. I don't care how minus this is, I'm doing this, right? And they don't really know or care why it's working. They just know if I do this and this, people get hit. So I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the fuck you want to do into this, or I do this into this, you know? And you wonder why J players do that so much is because it works. Shadow kick, and if you don't punt it, if you're even a speck of a second late on this, boom, guess what? You can hit with an uppercut. And it's online, so your timing may be off. So this is what I'm saying. Not knowing frame data might not be the worst thing in the world in this game, honestly. Like, I don't necessarily think it's bad. I think it's good to know frame data generally, but in this game, I don't think knowing frame data or not knowing frame data is going to determine anything about you, because you don't, the way this game is designed, where moves like this have fucking built-in staggers and shit like that, right? You go, oh, that's minus 18. Go ahead and try to punish it and get hit by that. You know what I mean? And there's a way to punish that too. But then you got to do more research. Like, just knowing the frame data is not enough. Like what I say sometimes, there are moves that are negative, right? I'm not going to show every move. But like, say Shao Kahn does his shoulder charge, and it's minus 20. If me as a RoboCop player, right? If me as a RoboCop player try to do that, it won't work. Like, it'll whiff. You know what I'm saying? Like, my jab, which is 8 frames, and you're minus 20, it will not connect like that against every character. Or depending on the character I'm playing, you know? Your 7-frame jab or whatever will not connect, even though it should. And, like, that's the other curse of knowing frame data, right? Where you may know that they did an unsafe move, and you do a move that's fast enough to punish it, but there's pushback on these moves, right? Certain moves have certain moves have pushback. I don't think this is a good example. Yeah, that move doesn't have pushback. Yeah, RoboCop and Jade are a bad example for this part. But there are moves that have pushback, right? Let me just fucking put some characters on the screen. Let's just, because I want to show this. I keep talking about it, I might as well show it. I can take an extra minute in this video if need be, right?
Shouldn't he be locked up? Stock villain.
And then, oh, here's another example. Stock villain. This is hilarious. Alright. Hopefully this Shao Kahn doesn't have a weird charge for some reason. Please have the regular charge. Okay, so here's what I want to show. Here's another issue where for people who know frame data but don't know situations, because you can open up the game and look at the frame data, right? What is it on block? What is it start at? Blah 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 blah, right? You can look at that. Yeah, regular charge. Look, you see how it has a little bit of pushback? Now watch this. Not even record, bro. Reversal. Shoulder charge. Look, you see that? Me as somebody who knows frame data, I'm trying to punish him with my jab string. You see, I got it that one time. You gotta have amazing timing. You know what I'm saying? Or you just whiff like that because there's that little bit of pushback. And this is one example, but at the same time, I switched to fucking Shao Kahn and I put Sub-Zero on reversal. Oh, well, Shao Kahn's jab is fucking godlike. I forgot about that. Yeah, Shao Kahn's jab is ridiculous. It has hella range. But sometimes, like Sub-Zero slide, it hits low. So, like, you see how low he is to the ground when you want to punish him? Some jabs will just straight up go over his head or not reach him, right? So it's just knowing frame data is not enough to make it like you're a good or better player, right? Honestly, knowing frame data sometimes means you do the wrong thing. Like, I know for a fact that I play Spawn, and when Shao Kahn does his shoulder charge to me, when he does his shoulder charge to me, when I try to mass jab to punish him, it doesn't punish. You know what I mean? So just remember that, like, it's important to know frame data, and this is kind of for me too, because I always make sure I know the frame data. I know this is plus, this is minus, you know what I'm saying? This is this is that. But there are people who don't know frame data at all. I've had fucking, what is it, back three? Yeah. I've had Shao Kahn players I play online off. They just do this shit over and over. Before I knew anything, like Shao Kahn player do this shit twice. This shit is punishable. It's minus 14. This shit is punishable. You know what I mean? Like, just, and it works sometimes. It wasn't even spaced out properly. But, you know, so sometimes you do need to know frame data, but other times the frame data doesn't tell the full story of what's going on in the game. So you need to, like, if you're gonna learn frame data, then you might as well learn animations, learn situations, learn that, hey, if he does this move, I should probably lead with an advancing attack that has more range than my jab because it's minus 20. So if I have a 11, 12 frame move with more range than my jab, I should go with that. And at the same time, you need to know that if Sub-Zero is going to slide, I should probably try to punish with a mid instead of a high, because my high might whiff over him because he low profile shit while he's sliding. And remember that there are people that don't know frame data that don't care. And a lot of those players win because they don't think like I do. Like when I'm playing RoboCop, I'll do a move, like I showed. I'll do a string, be minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. And then I just immediately block. But have you ever seen other people that just keep pressing buttons over and over? It's like it's always their turn. Like they just never stop pressing shit. You're like, damn, what the fuck, when is it my turn? That's when it comes in handy, you know, frame data. Some people don't care. Like you can be, I've seen people minus 15 and still dash forward, and I'm like, huh? But you gotta remember, it's online, people don't care. So just remember, knowing frame data is cool, but it's not the biggest thing on the planet. So if you don't know frame data, don't understand it in this game, don't think too much. Just be able to realize situations and know, okay, if I do slide, I can't block and I get punished. You don't need to know that. You don't need to know slide is minus fucking 20 or whatever, right? You don't need to know slide is minus 20. You don't need to know that. You just need to know, oh, if I slide, I get hit. You know what I mean? It was like when I played Injustice 1 and I played Green Lantern, and I would do like back 1-3 into his minigun, his little machine gun, right? I didn't know what that shit was on block, but I knew if they jumped at me, I could use his grab and grab him out the air. You know what I mean? Like, I had no idea what frame data was back then. I would see it in the game, but I didn't know what it meant. You know what I mean? And like, you can learn a lot. You can be a good player without really knowing frame data. I think eventually you should learn it, but just don't think of it as the end all be all. And just remember that some people are not going to learn it. And you're not going to know who knows frame data just by playing online. You're going to run into people and you're going to have to figure out, okay, that's why sometimes I say, hey, is this person a maniac or not? Like, are they going to just do hella shit when they're negative and punishable? Are they still going to be mashing or not? You know what I mean? Because you never know. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on frame data a little bit. I thought this was like an interesting topic I wanted to talk about for a little while, but I never really got to it. I haven't played this game that much lately. I'm kind of waiting for the Combat League season to end, but I might just play. Fuck it, I might stream tonight, man. Check the YouTubes, check the Twitch, twitch.tv/JSF, J_S_F. I might end up fucking streaming tonight. I was trying to stream on YouTube yesterday, honestly, but I couldn't figure it out. It took me to the screen and was asking me all these questions, and I was like, I don't know what this is. I just want to play video games, man. But yeah, check my YouTube after I upload this video. I might be streaming on YouTube, might be streaming on Twitch. I might play this for the first time in like a week. I haven't really not played this game that much. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support, all the subscriptions. I appreciate it. Just stay safe, man. Stay safe. Stay in the crib if you can. Tell somebody you love them. Have a good one. JSF, I'm out of here.